So soon. Lock and load, everyone. This is Zoe with Kicks Ablaze. Thank you for joining us again for another episode of Fake or Nah. We are live, and we do have a special guest. You see him smiling over here, Mr. Joe Camp. We'll get to him in just a minute. Once again, I'd like to say thank you to our followers and all of those who have given us so much great feedback and, doing these YouTube videos and getting the word out there. Today, we are definitely going to talk about the Air Jordan 4 and discuss that in depth. We're going to look at some fakes and some reals. We're going to have a discussion with Joe Camp, who's experienced a situation where, he's purchased some fake kicks, and get his feedback on what he thought about that experience. Before we get started, like I said, this is a new year. And just thank you for continuing to support us. You can definitely follow us on all social media, as well as we have a website, and we have a storefront located at 7925 North Tryon Street. So come through whenever you have the time, or go online and check us out. And please continue to follow, like, or dislike. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. So to get it started, we're discussing the Air Jordan 4s. This is another series of kicks that is copied a lot. And as I got started the last time, I will show you some of the Air Jordan 4s that we currently have in stock for sale, and some for restoration as well that are definitely, legit. So we'll start here. We have a pair of men's cement 4s. So I'll just, give a quick turnaround of the kick. And then we have a GS size, or grade school, if no one knows what GS means, of a size 5.5 wide. And we also have another one that I'm doing some restoration work on, some midsole repainting, just, really waiting for that paint to dry. So we have, the general, and then we have the men's. To get started, I'm going to turn it over now to Joe Camp.
How you doing?
I'm great. Who is 19 years young. And he's a sneakerhead, and he resides here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and he's a young entrepreneur. So the first question I have for Joe, or statement really, Joe, thanks for joining us.
I appreciate it. Anytime.
Thank you. I just really appreciate the fact that you, were able to come and you made the time for this. And what I would like to say before we even get started is that, in all honesty, this was an opportunity, that I educated Joe. Joe educated me in his experience, and I just really appreciate him coming to the forum, because it's never about, trying to embarrass someone because, oh, they got some fake kicks, but it's just educating the public to say, hey, you don't want this to happen to you. These are some things that you can do to prevent it from happening. So, Joe, please tell us your story.
So basically what happened was I was shopping online. I was looking for the Thunder 4s. I never had them. I've been looking at them since like 2006. I wanted that chance to get them. So when I finally got a chance to get them, I didn't get them online. I got them from this guy, and he was like $110 for them. I was like, excellent price. Of course, who wouldn't buy that, right? And this is what he showed me. So, well, they had the black laces, and I switched it out, but it did have black laces in it, and it looked like it was pretty legit. I like the way it just looked pretty much authentic all the way around. So I took it, paid him that $110, and been walking around, and I'm getting offers all crazy, and then like nobody knows. Like I've even had some offers to sell to people, and they still don't know. And this was recent, probably about a couple months ago. I would say it was a kid that wanted them, and I was just like, I don't know, because they don't. It's something that kind of clicked. Like this knitting was too hard or something, and I don't know. The paint didn't ship normally, which I don't see how that's a bad thing. I thought I had a regular good pair, But that tongue, I thought it was high enough. But compared to other people's, I started looking, it was kind of starting to look a little fishy. So what I did was I brought it around to different stores, and I tried to sell it, and they didn't take it. And one thing was they had this Chinese sticker in it. You see that right there? If you see that right there, you turn the other way. You hear me? That's a sign of fugazi. Foo, for real though. So I brought them to Kicks Ablaze to Miss Zoe, and she told me right off that they're fake. No, She didn't want to take the fake. But she wanted to work it out with me, and so we want to talk about it. And so she came up with this concept. So basically, the thing is with these, if you have a Chinese sticker, then they're definitely fake. Take them back to wherever you got them from. If they got you, they got you. It's all right. It's all good. You'll find a way to come back from it. But that's not the only pair. So I have the soles because I tried to let those go. I sold these for like $20 because I knew they were fake. I told the guy that they were fake, and he just didn't care. So I took the soles out of them, and it had this sticker on it, which was the regular sticker to the Fire Red Air Jordan 5. And everything looks normal, and this will put tape on it so the Jordan can stay on and all that, so it can still keep its authenticity, or what you want to call it. And I have the Black Grapes, which had the Chinese sticker on it once again. So it was a great learning experience, I should say, because everything checked out okay. Like when I got it, the netting was soft. Now with the Fire Red 5s, the netting was hard. If you get hard netting on a pair of Air Jordan 4s or Air Jordan 5s, you have a fake, period. There's no going around it, no sugarcoating. So,
all right, Joe, I really appreciate you, telling your story, and I'm really sorry that you did have to experience that. I got a couple more questions for you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
You said when you purchased them, did you have any apprehensions at first? Like, did you think that 110 was a reasonable price for the Thunders?
Well, I was just getting into the game, so it wasn't really quite. It kind of crossed my mind a little bit, but I was so cheap, I didn't care. So
okay. So your thing was, if the price point was right, you were willing to buy it. You didn't know that much yet about, the quality and what you needed to look for.
Exactly.
Got you. So how long ago did you make this purchase?
This was 2012 when they came out. So I got them recently, like right after they came out. I didn't know why it was so cheap after they came out. That's why I jumped on it so fast. But when you're young in the sneaker game, you learn things. So
yeah. And at 19, you do still have a lot to learn. But at the same time, I'm glad that we were able to, connect, and I was able to share that information with you and move forward in a positive light. I'm also happy that you did bring those other insoles so that people can see other examples of fakes, and it's not just directed at the entire kit. So did you have anything else you would like to share with the audience? Perhaps an educational lesson, that you can let them know so that they don't make the same mistake?
Do your research. I'm going to tell you one thing that helped me all through the years of doing shopping for sneakers is go on YouTube and search the shoe, the real versus fake. It's always somebody posting a video about a real shoe and how close the fake one can be now, because it's gotten so good. It's crazy. Like, you wouldn't even know it if you saw it on their feet. You wouldn't, even if you looked at it, you still wouldn't know now today because it's gotten so good. So, but the thing I will say, this was a comfortable shoe. I walked around in some real Jordans. They hurt my feet. This did not hurt my feet one time. So I feel like I spent some good money. I can't lie to you, but don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Well, Joe, I appreciate you so much, and I appreciate your time. We're gonna move forward with, giving the details to our audience about what's fake and what's not. Please feel free to go hang out in our lounge, and we'll talk soon. Thanks so much.
I appreciate you for the opportunity. So.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Joe Camp, and definitely go follow him. He's on social media. He's one of our followers as well, and he does have a decent sneaker collection, and he does have some consignment in our shop. So definitely, come by and get some of his stuff. And guess what? Those are legit, because we don't do fakes. Moving along, as Joe showed you some things that concern him about the kit, I'm going to start with the real, and then let's do some comparisons with the fake. So since it's a men's shoe, we'll continue with the men's shoe. So here, I'm sorry, let me get this other foot. So here we have the Thunder and the Cement 4, right? Up front, and I'll tell you this, let's start from the toe box and move on up. And we'll zoom in just a little here. So you see here, this toe box. This toe box looks a little more narrow. This is kind of fat. And you can only be able to tell that if you have fours already. So if you don't have that, a good thing, like Joe said, was to watch our sneaker reviews and other sneaker reviews on YouTube prior to the shoe releasing, or when they release if you still haven't purchased it, as well as, you know, when Nike posted or whoever's selling it posted, they normally have like official pictures. You can also look at Sneakers Den to see what you can identify factors you need to look for. So now let's move up the sneaker here. Joe mentioned another important thing was the netting. You can't feel this, but I can. And Joe, actually come back for a second here and give a quick description, please, of and then actually we have Joe's friend. Come on, Joe's friend. Yeah. We have Joe's friend. I want you guys to take a look. Come on in here and feel that. Come on this way, feel that mesh. What's your name again, Joe's friend?
Vaughn.
Vaughn, nice to meet you again, Vaughn. Hey, this is Quick. Quick is here with us, and I want Quick to tell me, feel the mesh on that shoe. Tell me what you feel. Joe, how does that mesh feel?
It feels hard. It's like kind of hard to push in a little bit on the outside. It's weird. It's weird.
Quick, tell me how that feels.
Soft.
Okay, now switch. Tell me the difference in what you felt first and the second.
Yeah, that one definitely feel realer than these.
Yeah. So I guess what these guys are saying is that the mesh on the shoe should feel soft. It shouldn't be this hard like plastic. So thank you guys so much. I just definitely needed another opinion and feedback. So that's another thing. If you have a real one, check the mesh. That's another factor. One thing, you know, that I learned, the first thing that I noticed about Joe's shoe was actually the tongue. There's something about when they create these fakes that they cannot remaster the height of that tongue in the ratio compared to it. If you see it from a side angle, you see that this Cement 4 tongue is much higher than that other Thunder 4 tongue, right? So that in itself, the tongue of a 4 should always be higher than the actual foot part, or whatever you want to call it, to actually insert your foot. Then we have the actual lace holders here. If you see this one looks smaller compared to the one on the Cement 4. And if you see the actual shape of the holder, it looks a little longer and more sophisticated than this one here. Now let's turn to the back. Another thing that we'll notice are the Jumpman. Please, I'm gonna just give a moment so y'all can see it. First of all, this Jumpman look like it's eating a little too much. I mean, look at the extension of the basketball, the arm. It's just like a fatter Jumpman that's like way off. And then we have here the soles that we have together. You can see clearly that the midsole is much more bigger on the Thunder than it is on the Cement 4. The Cement 4 looks much more controlled and molded together. So once again, we definitely looked at some variations between the fake versus the real. And at this point, you know, you should definitely have a comfort level of purchasing 4s. If you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in this video. You can direct message me through IG. You can send me an inbox in Twitter, Google, but the best contact to get in touch with us at Kicks Ablaze is to send an email to our inquiry@kicksablaze.com and leave a comment here on this video. We really appreciate your time. We hope that in this little bit of time that you have learned some things. I just want to show you a couple more models, show you that tongue extension again, and the things that you should look for in the Air Jordan 4, because there's never a need to spend money on something that's just not real, because at the end of the day, it's a waste of money and you've pretty much taken a loss. If you're kind of iffy about a transaction you're going to do in reference to a sneaker, always do it through a verified source like PayPal, your bank. So if something comes back to bite you, you can go through them to dispute the charges, because at the end of the day, those retailers, resellers who sell fakes, 9 times out of 10 are not just going to nicely give you your money back because the sneaker is fake. Now, we posted this week about a fake or not situation we had with an Air Jordan 11 order that we purchased from Basel America. Like I said, we're going to go more in depth with that. We're going to show you correspondence and all that. But what I did want to show you was just one of the kicks, since this is a live video, so you can kind of see how atrocious this was. And I'm going to apologize in advance, you know, for this hot mess. But hey, we got to educate the people. If you see this Jumpman on here, I'm just going to let you comment. Tell me what you think the Jumpman looked like, because it certainly doesn't look like Michael Jordan. But, you know, look at the back and the size. But had I not seen the Jumpman looking so crazy, you know, people were interested in buying the shoe, and I just couldn't sell it. I'm just not wanting to sell fakes. I'm sorry. It's just, you know, really a fake should be free. I don't see any other way. So in saying that, we're about to be out. Joe, quick, let's send these folk off. We appreciate your time. You guys have any quick thing to add about what you may have learned today, or about, you know, purchasing fakes?
Don't buy no fakes.
Please don't.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah,
Shout out to Kicks Blaze. Go check them out.
Hey, there you have it, people. We are out. Thanks again for your time. Next edition of Fake or Not, we're going to be talking about these Air Jordan 11s. Follow us and follow these guys. What's your IG, man?
Sheesh/D.
SVO_JC.
All right, and there you have it. Be easy, lock and load. Peace.
Peace.